God, that's a fucking badass opening right there. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to Everhood. This is Let's Play number 34, and I am a woman with a deep voice, also known as CoreCat13. And I don't think I've ever actually let this intro play out. That cat is creeping me out, which is weird because I'm a cat person. But anyway, yeah. So, I actually have not recorded anything in quite a while. Also, I'm trying not to have reflux. But yeah, it's not for any bad reason or anything. It's actually just due to the fact that I haven't had time, so yeah. We're gonna go ahead and reset this save file, and we're gonna go with normal mode, and man, that's ominous. Hope y'all are doing okay today. Today is the 14th of July, 2024. I've had a nice break from recording. It's been nice. Actually, I need to turn that down real fast. Sorry about that. I had to go ahead and turn that down. And yeah, I've had a pretty nice break. It's actually just been super busy, and we're actually about to move, so that's been the main reason why I've been kind of holding off on recording. Anyway, the game's welcoming me back, so yeah, hello, I'm back. Thank you for welcoming these wonderful people back. Take all the time you need. Oh, don't tell me that. I'll actually do it. I'll drag on this intro more than I already am. Have you gathered enough courage to venture forward? Oh, well, I don't know about that. You agree to abandon humanity, time, and accept immortality. I don't know about that, but kind of have to accept immortality to hop into the Everhood, so let's go ahead and do that. Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like the human world, we have blurred the lines of purpose, but the road is clear. It's, after all, for your own amusement. It's actually some pretty good advice for life. I like that. Yeah, you'll find that Everhood is very existential. We haven't even gotten to the first absolute truth yet. Man, look at that. Look at that, we got a doll. Could that be us? I don't know. Kind of reminds me of Geno a little bit. Ah, man. Ugh, that acid reflux is getting me bad. Alright, there we go. Got that yawn in there. And just in time for the blue thief to steal our arm. What an asshole. Now, weirdly enough, if you actually play this on PC, and I think on Steam Deck, that gnome will actually be the icon, which is a nice little nod to the developers of this game for gnomes. It's very nice. Anyway, you can tell I'm playing the Switch version of this game because it's showing the Pro Controller. Anyway, let's go. I gotta go get my arm back, and I found an invisible wall. Hello there, sir. Madam, or whichever you identify as. How are you today? It seems like the wooden doll has started walking. I didn't think you would wake up. Have you been spying on me, wonderful frog? Because that's a little bit creepy, but I don't know. I feel like I can trust you. I don't know why, but it seems like I can. Seems like you're missing an arm. You don't say. I don't know, I've been chasing this asshole. He took my arm before I could put myself back together. That's just rude. I can't let you pass until I know you can fend for yourself. Are you Toriel? Well, I guess just like Toriel, Frog is our tutorial, so let's get started. You get introduced to probably my favorite battle system of all time. And as you can tell, it's played very much like a reverse Guitar Hero. That's kind of the best way to describe this battle system. I'm already sucking. Yeah, It's definitely a battle system that discourages you from talking, but I'm going to do it anyway because, well, it's a Let's Play and I gotta do it. I want to know how the heck he plays that. Yeah, so the battle system's pretty simple. You travel between each of these lanes here, and you kind of play to the tune of the song, though you don't really need to be perfect yet. That's for later in the game, trust me. You're gonna need to bring your A game when the end of the game shows up. Although, you might have trouble with that because, let me tell you, this game's soundtrack is just fucking amazing. It's just so good, man. So good. Hell, the intro song itself is fucking great. And it seems like I'm kind of finding my footing again. Look at my shoes, man. I want boots like that. I actually saw some at the Goodwill when I was dropping off some clothes to donate. They were cute, but I didn't know what size they were. It's such a shame. I really wish that they would put the sizes on the boots. Pretty irritating. I would have gotten them if they were brown, but anyway. They were black, but they were so cool. Yeah, not exactly my best showing there, but I think you kind of get a grip on how the battle system works. It's honestly pretty self-explanatory. Basically, you just dodge the attacks as they come towards you, and you should be good to go. And actually, if you have multiple attacks there, it actually is more advantageous if you do the dodge roll, which is basically you flick the stick and press the jump button, which is the B button in my case, right as you do it. And you can actually dodge multiple attacks. And trust me, you're going to need to know that. Look at that, even the save points talk. This game has a lot of personality. I like it. It's kind of like a weird version of Alice in Wonderland, which honestly is kind of a good interpretation of how this game's world works. It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland meets Undertale. It's very interesting, but it's very cool too. Love the way that Red there runs. You'll find that the names are very basic, but the characters themselves are not. They're very interesting. And man, if there's one thing I love about this game, art style is just, it's freaking great. I love their use of harsh shadows and stuff to really make the colors pop in this game. It's just so good. Welcome to the automated terror machine. Would you like to withdraw schmucks? Oh, yes, I would. I didn't know I had an account. In order to withdraw schmucks, you must insert. Oh. Oh, that's not good. I already got that Omega Flowey face. Which, by the way, yeah, that is actually Omega Flowey's face. Or at least a face very reminiscent of it. The game designers actually did say that one of the big inspirations for this game was Undertale, so... Yeah. This is a very interesting song. And as you saw there... it's kind of like up to preference as to like what the best course of action is, because sometimes you want to like favor certain things. Like, I don't know why, but I find that kind of hanging out in like the first two rows here for a lot of the battles actually is pretty advantageous, and I don't know why, but you will need to be shifting between all of them again by the time the game gets into a lot of the more difficult battles. Actually, I have a story with one of the battles. I'm trying to think of which particular one, because I'm thinking of a very particular one, but God, I really want to tell that story now, but I want to save it till we actually get there, because it'll be very appropriate, and I'm fairly certain that because I have to commentate, it's actually going to be very on topic for that battle, so anyway. Ooh, and our first death. I'm not really shocked. Because this game, as I mentioned, can be very tricky. I'm kind of debating like how I want to do this. Like, do I want to like show the first 3 attempts if I happen to be in a battle and then cut, or do I want to just cut to like when I died? Because that might actually be a lot trickier than you think. And actually, before all those failed attempts in Demon Turf, I actually thought about bringing back the death counter for this one too, because that's kind of the thing with this game. To kind of figure out how to make things work, you do need to die a lot. It's kind of like a Mega Man game in that regard. Like, the more you die, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the better you do. It's very important. Man, I wanna eat some ramen right now. But it's like nearly 5 in the morning, so I don't think that would be very smart. Especially with my acid reflux as bad as it is. Does anyone like have increasing acid reflux problems as you get older? Because I do. I've noticed that. It's very irritating. Yeah, just kind of like bouncing. It's just fun. Just bouncing between attacks. And this is actually one reason why I chose normal mode, because depending on what difficulty you choose will determine how many hit points you have and how fast your HP recovers. I usually choose normal mode because I mean, it's very close to just kind of being middle of the road difficulty. And there we go, we got our inventory finally activated. But yeah, I choose normal mode just because it's the most similar to like middle difficulty, which is technically hard mode. But your HP recovers a little bit faster in normal mode, which I find is a bit more advantageous, especially toward the latter half of the game. Hello there, how are you, Reese? And it's kind of interesting, like, most of the characters you'll find in Everhood are definitely not human looking, but they're very human looking, which makes me wonder if they just recently appeared in the Everhood. I don't know. They're a very curious case. I am so tired of having to work in loud environments. Like, man, I tell ya, that I can relate to. Not a big fan of loud environments. Why I don't go to clubs very often, if at all. I think I've only been to a club like maybe once or twice in my life, and it was not fun. Don't do loud noises, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling ya. But you gotta do what you gotta do until you're done. That's what it's all about, right? Unfortunately, that's what the venture capitalists will have you think. Definitely do not agree with that. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, I feel that too. Trust me, my memory is like Swiss cheese sometimes. What's up with this guy? I like this guy. And I lost a lot. That's great. Except Lancelot's lost a lot. But this guy's just very pathetic. I mean, he's so pathetic he doesn't even wear armor except on his head. Kind of funny looking. Gold Pig has made me work so much. Now I just want to have a good time to relax. Now, that's going to be tougher than you think. Get used to seeing these mushrooms, by the way, they're very important. As is this guy. This is Rostabeast. I like this guy. It's very chill. I'm not really a great dancer, but I like seeing people enjoy themselves. Someday I might try dancing. Kind of sounds like me when I'm... Kind of sounds like me in social situations. Like, maybe one day, not today though. You look fun. Nosferatu. Oh, that reminds me. Apparently there's going to be a remake of Nosferatu. Why? Who the hell knows? It's very strange. I usually don't come to social places like this. I usually don't like bright lights. Neither do I. I usually don't have anything to do. Sorry. But I think it's good to give things another chance. Yeah, that's actually some pretty good advice right there. A lot of good advice in this game. This guy's pretty interesting. For whatever reason, this guy keeps changing his name. It's very weird. Oh, we broke that man's drink. That's bad. Zigg. That name just invites douchebag, let me tell you. You desecrated a 2 million schmuck drink. Man, the economy in this world is terrible. Talk about inflation. I just thought the inflation in the US was bad. What do you have to say for yourself? You don't seem to understand what you've gotten yourself into, kid. Man, never noticed that eye sprite there. Ooh, that's creepy. That kind of looks like a zombie. I am a VIP, and hoodlums like you are not going to get away unpunished. I think that yawn just added epicness to that. This is actually one of my favorite songs in the entire game. It's called Tinnitus Dance. It's a very simple song, but it's very, very appropriate for the mood. You're about to see some funky, fresh moves from this man. Let's do it. God, I love that the attacks are tied to the music so good. And now, yeah, funky fresh dances. Very good. And we're going to introduce to a new form of attack. Those, bricks there. Those are a little bit more tricky to dodge, and it's a lot better advised to do, like, the rolling jump there to dodge them, because, again, they're a lot faster than those, line attacks. As you saw there. You really... Ugh. I just lost my train of thought. I'm like Reese right now. I knew I could relate to that person. It's very nice. I love how it picks up the beat the longer you go. It's just so cool. Though you gotta wonder just how difficult it was to freaking time the attacks to all the music. These guys must have a real serious talent, because this game was mostly made by, like, 2 people. They're known as Chris and Nordy. They're... Yordi, I guess? I don't know. Sounds very Swish. I want some Swiss cheese now. God, love the animations of this game, too. That's one thing I think this game has over Undertale. The amount of animation for all the characters just gives them so much personality. That's not to shit on Undertale. I love Undertale, but... God. Ooh. Yep. That was inevitable. Apparently Zigg was a fan of Undertale, too. It's just like, how dare you? How dare you diss on Toby Fox? But I wasn't, though. But yeah, like I said, I love that the sprites actually are fully animated. It's just very cool. And just like Undertale, the battles are meant to kind of further the story, too. You get a real sense of who these characters are through the battles. Like, obviously there's dialogue and all that. There's dialogue in the battles, too. It's just really neat. And man, I tell you, I love this show don't tell approach that a lot of Everhood does. Because as you see there, they don't really say a whole lot in the battles. I mean, they do, but they don't. But just by looking at Zigg's animations there, you can tell this is a very pretentious, douchey kind of dude. It's just very neat. I like it. Can't tell if these are blue or if they're white. I think they're blue. Could be wrong though. So now he's about to unleash his devastating red attack. And as you saw there, the red attacks do a little bit more damage. They're a bit faster, a lot more dangerous. That's kind of something you gotta keep an eye on. Like, certain colored attacks do move in different speeds, and they're usually grouped differently too. Like red attacks are typically grouped together, as opposed to the blue attacks, which are typically a bit more spread apart. Look at him, he's getting pissed now. Yeah, Zigg calls this his devastating red attack. Which is funny because our character's name's Red. There we go. Cross the checkpoint. Excellent. You're faster than I thought. Yeah, that's right, bitch. But I am not. Unleash one of my strongest attacks. Ready, Papyrus? I choose to believe this is what Papyrus looked like before becoming a skeleton. Marathon Red Death Technique. These are blue, Zigg. I think you might have a little bit of an issue there. I love about the background chicks too. It's one thing that I don't usually notice is like, I mean the background's always moving, but I like that because the song is called Tinnitus Dance, the background moves too. They kind of indicate just how bumping the tunes are, just how loud it is. They kind of fit with the whole tinnitus theme. Well, let me tell you, at the end of a workday, I get some bad tinnitus too. Which, in case you guys don't know, tinnitus technically with that, the weird ringing in your ears, that's what it's called. It's called tinnitus. It's inflammation of the ear, which is very bad. You don't want that. Actually, fun fact, the noise level in a nightclub actually is enough to damage your hearing if prolonged. Like, I think it's like 20 minutes or so, or something like that, and you'll start experiencing some degree of hearing damage, which is very, very bad. Maybe that's why people... No, don't say that, that's assuming. I don't know. The one time I went to a nightclub that I can remember, it actually was pretty fun. There was a Kiss tribute band that was playing, or should I say that was the headliner, and actually I got a picture with them on my old phone. Really wish I had saved it. But my computer kept wigging out every time that I tried to plug it in to try to download the pictures. But yeah, it was really good. They were really, really good. It's pretty fucking badass. Kinda like this game. Yeah, fall over, bitch. I win, you lose. Good day to you, Zigg. Ugh, I am so burnt out. Sounds like me at the end of a workday. Making all kinds of work-related comments today. You picked up a VIP card. Now, what's funny is that a lot of these items actually have some pretty funny descriptions, kind of like an Earthbound. And again, Undertale. And I bet you are wondering what VIP means. Apparently it means, in this game, Ventriloquist Improvisers Puppeteers Club. The C is silent. That line right there really does sound like something right out of Earthbound. It's kind of funny. And yes, the guards for some reason eat the things. I don't know why. It's very strange. Looks good, tastes bad. Yeah, don't eat those things, kids. Very not wise. Well, thank you. I appreciate that little lamppost. Alright. And now here comes what I would consider a bit of a beginner's trap, because it's a little bit tricky with how you're supposed to do it. I think it's this, and that. Could be wrong though. Maybe it's more like this, I think. That didn't work either. I'm thinking. Maybe it's this one's down, this one's middle. Yep, that's the correct sequence. Yeah, I always have trouble with that one. It's actually kind of... Like I said, this is, in my opinion, probably the first, like, gotcha trap this game has. So yeah, it's worth noting that you might want to look at the puzzle. I mean, I had to. Like, I think I was, like, first time playing this game, I think I was kind of stuck on that puzzle for maybe 10 minutes or so before I kind of caved and looked it up. So yeah, there's no shame in that. Anyway. Oh boy. We're actually about to approach a pretty major turning point in the game, so... let's see here. We are actually kind of at time right now, so... Yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I have been CoreCat13, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye! Ba-ding!